刚刚进去了，尾巴还是头？你们声音太响了，它都躲起来了，它头钻进去，对对。
This is the Equatorial spitting cobra. Foraging for its favorite meal. Finds a frog, it's going to pounce on it. I don't see any at the moment. Then again, I'm not a equatorial spitting cobra. I don't have the senses that it has. Quite common here in Singapore and throughout Sumatra and the Malayan Peninsula. They are venomous snakes, black colored skin. When the sun shines on them, you have a purplish bluish tinge. Putting out his forked tongue to sense for pheromones of its prey. That's how it detects its prey, and once it does, it's gonna go on the attack. Let's hope he finds something. And today I'm at the Pasir Ris mangroves on the northeastern side of Singapore. For those unfamiliar, if you look up the map, on the eastern side of Singapore and head northeast, east-northeast, looking towards Changi International Airport, the main airport here in Singapore, and then off to its left side on the map, on the northern side of it, you'll see Pasir Ris, which is a township, and there is a small mangroves reserve, and it's very famous for pitvipers and the Equatorial spitting cobra and many other snake species. Pasir Ris has nice beaches adjacent to the mangroves boardwalk area. That's usually popular, most people hang out. Some people do come on nature walks and nature trails, and I met a bunch of people, youngsters, who love being outdoors and more interested in learning about the ecology, environment. There's a lot of hope for Singapore yet. There are nature reserves around Singapore, in the heartlands, in the Bukit Timah area and many other locations. Although they are small compared to other larger countries, it is still heartening to know that Singapore, despite all the development, has preserved space for the environment and for all kinds of biodiversity in this tiny nation. Glad for it. These are oxygen lungs for the city and for nature as a whole. Appreciate being here for that, and appreciate the biodiversity I get to see here. So it's not all just glass and steel that most people think Singapore is. A shout out to 801 subscriber, just joined today. Thank you so much for your viewership and for helping me grow this channel. I blog about a lot of things: aviation, farming, wildlife, including snakes, of course, a lot of travel. Like biodiversity, I like to keep my subject matter also quite diverse, and hopefully you enjoy what you see. If you do, please share, like the video on YouTube. And if you have any questions or comments to make, please feel free to do so. I love hearing from you guys. I have a lot of videos on king cobras and pit vipers, which are also common here in Singapore. And if you go back into the archives or into my wildlife playlists, you'll probably see more of those videos. I'll keep posting more about wildlife as we go along, of course. Meanwhile, our subject here is poking its nose into every hole that it can possibly do and look for its prey. Now this equatorial spitting cobra is about maybe 1.5 meters long, which is about average size. The king cobra, on the other hand, that you see on my videos, are really long, 2.5 meters, 3 meters long, and fairly thick. These are slender and these are black, and they are hooded snakes, hence they're called cobra. Cobra means hooded snakes. They have a hood. Naja sumatrana, that is a biological name. Naja sumatrana, Naja sumatrana, named after the island of Sumatra in Indonesia. Going deeper into the hole to search for something and comes back empty. It's a hard life being a snake. It's not like you can just walk up to a restaurant or just order online like we do. It's hard work being a snake, or any other animal for that matter. Nature isn't very kind. Lucky for me, our subject is moving closer, so hopefully get better videos. Was holding the phone camera steady is a challenge by itself. Just gets better and better as it decides to glide fairly close. I'm safe, not to worry. Probably about 7 feet off the ground. I'm on a boardwalk looking down into the mangroves. Well, it's an absolute delight to see this equatorial spitting cobra. This is the boardwalk. Nicely laid out throughout the mangroves. And there's the snake. Just to give you a perspective. Fair distance away from me as it now continues its foraging, and I shall leave it in peace and wish it good luck. Just when I thought it's leaving, it's coming back towards me, so hello again. I simply can't resist. So I'm going to hang out a little longer with this beauty. They move with such grace through the mangroves. And what you're now looking at is a mangroves pit viper, which is also common here. I'll put some pictures also up here in the middle of this video so you can see it better. Sleeping quietly. The gorgeous snakes, my favorites, pit vipers. And they're called pit vipers because they have pits on either sides of their diamond shaped head between the eyes and the nose. And that helps in heat detection. It works like infrared, and you can spot its prey at night, so they are nocturnal. Of course, all the snakes I'm showing now today are venomous. Not to be afraid of them. Keep a distance. They don't strike unless they feel threatened.